Hello, everybody. Welcome to Conference Tournament Championship. I would say week, stretch of days, whatever you want to call it. We are finally here. The one day that is left before Selection Sunday. I'm your play-by-play, Kamish Zelikov, here with I would say some of the best coaches and also commentators on the face of this earth. Bias be damned. I am here with West Virginia head coach, Coach Mays, and Alabama head coach, Coach Killian. We are here in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena for 2-seed Colorado versus 1-seed USC. Coach Mays, what do we expect from this game considering USC having been expected to make it to this point, but we can't say the same for Colorado. They have been a massive surprise. What do we expect today?
I definitely, I'm going to make a prediction to see USC come out on the game. They got a good core coming over from Coach Muhammad's USF team. I believe they back-to-back Sweet 16s. They're quite less of a surprise than Colorado making the conference championship. A lot of people picked Oregon to make it to the stage, but Colorado came through and do what they've been doing well in the later stretch of the season. That's just winning games, man. They've been winning some big games here near the end of the season, and they're just cooking right now. I'm excited to see what these teams have in store for us.
Absolutely. And with all of this said, there is something to say for what is now, I would say, some pretty big news. Coach Killian, we have gotten word that even though he is not 100% healthy, he is just about there. True freshman center for the Colorado Buffaloes, Robert Ish, after being out for just about a couple of months, is back in the lineup to try and help the Buffaloes win the Pac-12 tournament. How big of an impact will he provide, even if he's not 100%?
That's very huge for Colorado. They were going through some bumps in the road as the season was going on, as he was out. But with him back, that could lead Colorado to a win today, and I believe that Colorado could come out with a win today.
We absolutely agree. So I think he's how do I say it best? He is an X factor, especially with his absence the last couple of months. Now he's back in with J.R. Pons having done pretty good work. Will now be his backup once more. But man, Las Vegas, the sights and sounds that you will see outside of the stadium are great, but we are here for the hoops action. Ante Berzovic and Chad Texas Jr. 100% a highlight matchup. But here we go, the starting lineups. Look at these. Both very young teams. USC a bit on the older side, but like said before, that USF core is here. They are here now after making 2 straight Sweet 16s with USF. And so here we go. Tip-off from Las Vegas for the Pac-12 Tournament Championship, and it'll be Colorado that starts us off. Braden Smith, the Colgate transfer from over the offseason, will run the offense. What do we expect offensively as Oleg Zelikov gets us started with a tomahawk slam? I mean, that's
great play there. I mean, and truly, like, this team in Colorado, they're peaking at the right time. The last time they met USC near the end of the season, they did not have Robert Ish. And as Commissioner Zelikov stated, he is an X factor. He could really be the difference maker in today's game.
And the quickness between the two teams right now, Colorado is going at a really fast pace right now.
They absolutely are. Coach Bravo wanted to make that switch. He thinks that running this offense at a fast pace will help. As Emory Woods drives in and gets the first bucket for the Trojans. We remember Emory Woods from the last tournament where he went back-to-back 30-point games as Zaman Bohannon pops a 3, and we're getting it going from Las Vegas.
Zaman Bohannon, Alaska product, man. Really great player out of high school. I remember seeing him back in high school when I was the commissioner, and he really had a good run then, but he's really came into true form here at Colorado.
Yeah, there's just such a size difference between Robert Ish and the other center from USC. That's what's killing USC right now.
Absolutely, but it's not that big of a difference. Jaron Jones, yes, he's on the smaller side, but he's still 6'11", 260 pounds. A little bit on the shorter side, Robert Ish is about like 7'1", 7'2", but he can still do it. Emory Woods with the post moves, an interesting little look there from the point guard of the team, mind you. And here we go, it's Zaman Bohannon again at the left elbow. Again, they are running their offense a little faster than usual. They want to get shots up. Robert Ish with the three. Ambitious shot, but it's going to be Chad Texas Jr. with the rebound. Here come the Trojans.
It's not often you see a big man pulling up from that deep, but Robert Ish's bag's deep. He really can score from all perimeters.
He absolutely can, and that jumper by Jaron Jones is no good. And the Buffaloes want to extend this lead. Oleg Zelikov with the three. Oh, that would have been an amazing take, but cannot convert. And here come the Trojans again. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. That was Sina Ugo that took the last jumper, and he now is running the offense. Trying to drive in. Not much going there, so they'll have to reset. Pops the corner shot. Oh, almost made it, but it's Berzovic with the board. And the Buffaloes once again have a chance to stretch this early lead.
Yeah, I look to see Colorado look to keep this pace. This is where they want to play. They want to play in that up-tempo sector of the game. They really want to get the ball moving. They want to score off quick breaks. They look to play where they thrive, you know?
Absolutely. And we saw that USC has been scoreless for over 2 minutes. Chad Texas Jr. ends that little run of no points. Tie game. And the Buffaloes are once again going at it with Oleg Zelikov. Once again, if you didn't see that tomahawk jam, you missed the beauty. But somehow Robert Ish gets that ball. Post moves and very, very close. And now it's Colorado that is searching for a bucket after almost 2.5 minutes of 0 points.
Yeah, I look to see a lot from this USC sophomore core, including Emory Woods and Chad Texas Jr. Really a good duo there. And they put in a great class, that class. Coach Muhammad brought them into USF. They played a season at USF and really thrived there. And really were just a couple plays away from making a Sweet 16 or a Elite 8 out of the Sweet 16 there. They had a good run.
They absolutely were. Sorry, go ahead.
It's been really interesting with USC as they lost their head coach during the offseason, and we really thought they weren't going to get one until Coach Rona stepped in. So I was questioning to see if this team was really going to hold together as they have a new head coach now.
Oh, definitely, and they've held up pretty well. Coach Ronan has gotten in there. He knows the culture, loves USC, so it has been no problem. But at the free throw line, it is Oleg Zelikov, who, by the way, transferred from Arizona. So an in-conference opponent had to, how do I say this best? Had to see him play in a different uniform almost all the time. And there's a rip by Colorado. And it's free real estate for Robert Ish. He is looking just fine after being out for 2 months. USC needs to respond now after 4 straight points going in Colorado's way.
Seems like this game is really going to go down to the last wire shot. It's been back and forth almost.
What a take there by Emory Woods, though. Again, I was just about talking about Emory Woods, but then again, we got interrupted by the gameplay. Berzovic with the three. Bang! That's Colorado's top scorer of the season. The transfer from the College of Charleston lights it up from 3. Colorado extending their lead, and almost another turnover there.
It's really going to come down to who can score on the perimeter here, and right now Colorado is making the difference. I believe that's just the 3rd 3 they've made already, and they're looking good right now.
They are definitely playing well. Again, nobody really expected them to do anything. An ambitious shot there by Berzovic does not go down, but it wasn't a bad attempt at all. The Trojans really need to get some consistent offense going. They're much more comfortable playing at a slower pace, as Emory Woods will get that in. I don't know what happened to the interior defense, but they are keeping up with the Buffaloes as of now.
Emory Woods really putting his team on his back right now. His back's got to be hurting from the points he's putting up compared to his teammates currently.
He's used to it, though. And a big-time rejection. Big-time rejection. I believe that was, let me see, I think that was Jaron Jones on the block. I think that was Jaron Jones, and Ugo recovered it, but his foot was out of bounds, so it will stay with Colorado. Berzovic comes out for Whitman Hines, the backup power forward.
Definitely a get out of jail free card there for Colorado.
Ooh.
Definitely should have been USC's ball with a phenomenal block like that, but they get another chance.
Inbound by Zaman Bohannon coming up. The first one bounced off of a USC player and out. This time it is a clean inbound to Braden Smith. Feed to Bohannon, and he missed, but he got his rebound and missed again.
Wow, great defense from USC.
You just can't miss easy takes like that, man.
The presence of Trevor Knight really affected it there. And by the way, we didn't really talk about this, but USC, even though they're a little small at center with Jaron Jones, the rest of their team is pretty big. I mean, Trevor Knight's their starting shooting guard. He's 6'10", for crying out loud.
Yeah, and you see that a lot now in today's games. Big lineups are really dominating, and you see these big lineups are all across conference championships. Most of the teams you see in these conference championships, they're averaging a good 6-8 plus across the board. The big men are dominating today's games at all positions.
And that is an and one bucket for Jaron Jones II. The big time player for USF for the past 2 seasons, and now USC, will get a chance at a 3-point play. And we got some substitutions. Robert Ish will come off. He's still not 100% clear, so they'll give him some rest. Zaman Bohannon also came off. And Jaron Jones will make it 3. And then comes, I think that's Danny Shelton, the backup center.
You know what they say, Zelikov. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games, and this is about as big as it gets until March Madness.
Absolutely.
And these defenses are really going back and forth.
Me. I had my mic muted. I don't know why I did. But Berzovic popped the shot. And here we go.
Woods, I mean, I know it's only one foul, but he's got to stay out of this foul trouble throughout the game because he's going to be playing a lot of minutes for the Trojans today.
Absolutely, and there's Danny Shelton on the second chance getting the putback, and USC staying right with Colorado. And here's Walter Clayton Jr., the transfer from Iona, actually, and just got rejected. And Berzovic does not convert on that opportunity. And USC has a chance to at least tie the game here.
Yeah, Colorado really made use of the transfer portal and getting some great guys from smaller schools, which a lot of coaches often overlook. They only look for those Power 6 guys or maybe some guys out of high school. But you can do a lot of damage to teams with some guys who maybe didn't get as many looks in high school and ended up at a mid-major.
Oh, absolutely. And you're going to see a lot of those guys. The college basketball is so unique that way. And oh my goodness, Oleg Zelikov thought he had an easy turnaround hook shot. USC said not on our watch.
It was very interesting for USC to stay together as what happened during the offseason. As I said before, losing their head coach, Coach Mo, as he retired, and then as well as Andrew Bowers transferred to West Virginia, and then Ryan Thompson transferring to Alabama.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, those kinds of moves that happened, it definitely affected USC. And could have they been better? Possibly. But I think at the same time, they have still performed just fine. And that was an incredible block, by the way. We were talking a bit about their transfer situation. But you can tell that the height that this USC team has clearly affects things. What a shot from Zaman Bohannon. That's his second 3 of the game.
Yeah, going back to what Coach Killian said, that really seemed to work out for all parties. USC still finds himself in the Pac-12 championship game, and then Thomas and Bowers both look at themselves in starting roles, and we'll see a little bit more from Bowers later today as he plays in the conference championship game in the Big 12.
That's going to be a big one as well. Who would have thought those 2 teams would make it through? No idea. But here we go. Berzovic, another 3. He's not afraid to take them, but apart from the one make, he's empty.
Yeah, as you said, these teams were not expected in the Big 12 championship game, but they're hotter than a spoon in a crack house on payday right now. They are looking unstoppable.
You were waiting to say that one. I love that line, though. And that is a charge on Zaman Bohannon. That's a big foul right there. And ignore what you see on the screen. Those records and all that are not really updated, so just ignore them. But here we go. Some wholesale changes happening for both sides. It's Josh Powers inbounding the ball for USC. Here we go. Emory Woods once again facilitating the Trojans' offense. We'll see who we give it to. Chad Texas to Jaron Jones. Pops a shot right over Robert Ish.
Nice take there by Jones. Very nice take.
He has got.
It feels so good to be.
Sorry, go
ahead. I was just saying, it feels so good to be back. Seeing basketball come back, it's just so nice.
We love the hardwood action, man. We live for it. And especially once it rolls around to the tournament. Oh my goodness. Jaron Jones, the second, catches a body.
Jaron Jones really helping out Emory Woods here. Emory Woods really looked hot from the beginning of the game, but Jaron Jones picking up the slack here and getting USC back in this game.
Which is typical of him. That's how he's always been for USF and USC, and he draws the foul on Robert Ish. I do not know if that's his first or second. We will see it in a second. But USC has a chance to take their first lead of the game here through free throws. And based on what I can tell, that could be Robert Ish's second foul.
I believe it is. I think he fouled not long before that. But if Colorado wants to win this game, they're going to have to stay out of foul trouble, and specifically Robert Ish. In his first game back, he may be a little rusty after, I believe, what is a month off, correct, or Commissioner Zelikov?
2 months, actually.
2 months off. That's a big span to not play any basketball. But he's definitely an X factor for them in this game.
It is. And Trevor Knight almost took advantage of a big-time turnover right there, but they just couldn't do it. And here's Oleg Zelikov again, the Arizona transfer. Reportedly, he gave Coach Brewer a chance, and he won't get the bucket, but gets the rebound, and is swatted by Trevor Knight. What defense there by the junior from Tampa Bay, Florida.
Yeah, that's got to sting a little bit for Coach Brewster to lose one of his players and then to see him playing in his conference championship game. That's got to sting.
It is. He gave Arizona a chance. He wanted to stay, but he saw something bigger for him at Colorado, and look at where he's at. J.R. Pons takes the jumper, and that does not go, and it's rebounded by guess who? Trevor Knight.
And, I mean, you can't really blame him. You see what Coach Bravo has done with this program in just 1 year, having them in the conference championship game. That's not a turnaround you see very often, but Coach Bravo is a very well-experienced coach, and he knows what he's doing coaching this Colorado Buffalo
What a
team.
big three.
That's another three-pointer for Zaman Bohannon. I actually don't know if that was a three. I thought it's what was on the line, but nonetheless, that's a big-time shot from Bohannon.
Yeah, the Bohannon family really is taking the college basketball by storm. You look at Zaman really playing well for Colorado, and then Clinton Bohannon really having a great season over at Miami now, playing for Coach Teeter. Those two guys really know how to get it done.
They do. And don't forget about the other Bohannon at Arkansas. He is waiting for his time. I don't know why he went over to Arkansas, to be honest. But he will have his opportunity to shine at some point. USC moving this ball around. Emory Woods. They moved out of position, and that is a bucket and also a goaltend. So,
Are they going to show it on the score?
They actually showed it.
Going the way of
They showed it, thankfully. USC has their first lead. They took the lead right back. They took their first lead on the Jaron Jones free throws just a little bit earlier. And here's Walter Clayton Jr., again, the Iona transfer. It's good to see that he is March Madness bound, and so is his former team. Braden Smith with the shot. No! And rebounded by Josh Powers. And the Trojans looking now to extend their lead.
Speaking of March Madness bound, can we talk about how we haven't seen really any bid stealers? There's not going to be a single bid stealer in this March Madness, which is not very common, but it does happen from time to time.
And that's a big-time corner three by Trevor Knight. He is lighting it up. He's coming to his own this game. But honestly, I disagree a little bit there because maybe the perception was that Baylor was on the outside looking in. Would they be considered a bid stealer? I would say so. As Whitman Hines takes the jumper, and that's way off. Sana Ugo recovers, and the Trojans are on the move.
It's also really nice to see these small school players that are in the portal and they get noticed by these big time schools, and now they're in March Madness.
Absolutely. Walter Clayton Jr. picks up the shooting foul on Sana Ugo. And it'll be the Trojans once again going back to the free throw line. They have a chance to extend their lead once again. But here's the thing about Sana Ugo. A tremendous player. But one of his weaknesses? Shooting. Let's see how he does from the free throw line. As again, we just inspect how crazy of a crowd this is in Las Vegas as he gets the first one to go. I mean, this is a beautiful venue. T-Mobile Center. It's a great spot. You know, I don't think the Pac-12 could have picked a better spot for the tournament. As he misses that
Certainly
second.
not. And you see USC starting to extend its lead a little bit. I think Colorado came out hot, but they're not really playing the up-tempo game they want to play right now, and that's really coming back to bite them.
Definitely, but they're moving the ball around. Berzovic misses the jumper. Missed opportunities like that will help USC take the lead. And here we go.
And I think Colorado's got to get Robert Ish back out here. That's what's killing them right now.
Dang.
Chad.
What a three there.
Chad, Texas, Jr. from deep. Time out. Buffaloes with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. The Trojans are looking to win the Pac-12 outright. And seem like they're on the course to do so.
Yeah, I really wouldn't be surprised to see Colorado wear down against USC. USC is just such a tough team with a group of phenomenal players. And skill-wise, I would say Colorado is a little outmatched, and experience-wise, most of these players at USC have played it in back-to-back Sweet 16s. They know what it's like to play under the bright lights, and it doesn't get much brighter than this.
And you know that big-time travel between Florida and California it's got to be huge on USC, on these guys that transfer.
Absolutely. It's made a big time difference. A big time difference. But once again, it seems like right now, with Robert Ish needing to sit out for the rest of the half, it's an uphill battle, but it can be done. They just have to fight through it.
Yeah, if Colorado wants to get back in this game, they're going to have to get some momentum going here before the end of the half. And that's a big three. They needed that right now. And I believe that was Zalman Berhanen delivered.
That was actually Oleg Zelikov that got his first three of the game, I believe. Cutting into this Trojan lead. Ugo at the right elbow. He's going to look to shift around the ball. Emory Woods with the three. That was nothing but brick. And Colorado has a chance to squeeze down this lead once again. But a near turnover almost ruined that opportunity.
Oh, what is Colorado doing?
Colorado,
that's not a good shot choice there. That is not the type of shot you want to be putting up. Contested deep threes are not going to win Colorado this game.
A very messy possession there as Emory Woods is going to go to the free throw line. That's Berzovic's first. And once again, USC's ability to draw fouls right now is the reason why they have been able to mount such a sizable lead. And it's only going to get bigger as Emory Woods has been pretty sensational so far.
Yeah, this is not the guy you want to see at the foul line. Emory Woods is pretty automatic from the charity stripe.
He always has been. His USF career has been nothing but that. I mean, again, just look at the back-to-back 30-point games that he had in last season's tournament when USF played Marshall, avoided that upset, and then when they knocked off 4-seed DePaul. I mean, that was a pretty good run for them. Very impressive, too.
Yeah, what I'm curious to see is if Coach Duran can keep this core together and then build on what Coach Muhammad has brought into USC. If he can do that, this USC squad could be good for years to come.
Absolutely. And this is a USC team, by the way, with Chad Texas Jr. hitting that shot. It is a 10-point lead now for the Trojans. This is a USC team that missed the tournament altogether last season. And now they're on the verge and are looking to win the Pac-12 outright. Just what an insane transformation this is.
Yeah, I look to see them as a 2 seed this season and a pretty high 2 seed if they come out on top of this conference championship game. There is some room for movement, but I see them pretty firmly in that 2 spot, not going any lower.
Probably, and maybe if enough chaos happens, they could be a 1 seed, but I just don't see it. We have about under 40 seconds left, by the way. Trevor Knight jumper is pure. Colorado has one more opportunity to get back at USC. The shot clock is off. Let's see what they do here.
As we head into halftime, what do you think Colorado needs to do here to get back to what they were doing in near the start of the game?
Well, I think they need Robert Ish back out there. What about you?
I just think they need to get the ball more down the court.
And also, they have to find a way to stop fouling this much. This is insane.
Yeah, their foul trouble is really going to be their downfall because USC, as you've seen, is pretty automatic from the charity stripe. And Emory Woods is back there again. Most likely their best shooter on this squad for the Trojans.
Oh, but he did miss there. That is a rare miss from Emory Woods. Wow.
I might have jinxed him there.
But let's see how this one goes. And, of course, you catch it. Very rare to see a guy like that miss both free throws in the same trip. USC wanted a trap there, but that didn't work. Colorado has an opportunity to get some points here. Braden Smith sizing him up. Three-pointer. Oh, just off the iron. And we are at halftime. USC up 40-29. Wow. Things started off well for Colorado, but then USC found their groove.
Yeah, and as I was mentioning earlier, USC did get some help yesterday with some of the teams who looked to be in that 1 seed spot dropping. Notably, Marquette was in contention for a 1 seed, dropped the conference semifinals, as well as Kansas dropping their conference semifinals. But another team contending for a high seed is UNC, as they've made the conference championship game and face a red-hot Seminoles ball club from Florida State. I really could see a lot of movement in the seeding that we didn't expect coming into conference tournament week.
There's definitely plenty of movement abound, and there will be. The bracketology that we saw before these conference tournaments started is not going to be looking all the same once everything finishes, as USC starts off with a bucket by Sanaugo to start the second half. They're up 13 points. It's their largest lead that they have all game.
Yeah, and they look to keep extending this lead.
Well,
it's going to be interesting to see if USC wins this game, are they going to be bumped up to a 1 seed?
It depends.
I think there's got to be a lot to happen.
A lot needs to happen. A lot. I don't know if enough will. Ugo, another foul. Oleg Zelikov picks up his first. And yet again, USC is just finding their way to the charity stripe.
Can't be having that for Coach Prover's squad. It's just not good if they want to get back in this ball game. They're already down 11, and they're just giving away 3 points at this point.
He needs to find a way to defend better. Because, again, you just can't expect this Trojans team to, first of all, not drive in. That's their MO. They play big. They want to play big. And they have very good free throw shooting amongst the team. Ugo is probably the worst amongst the starting five. But there we go. Even then, he can still cash in both of them. And the trapping action is happening. It is unsuccessful so far. They're going to try and get Robert Ish, but no, they'll give up on that, and we'll see what happens here. Bohannon doubled. Pass to Robert Ish, and I don't know what he was doing there. I don't know what he saw. USC has the ball again.
Yeah, there was more coverage on T-Mobile trying to pass in that lane. And you just can't have that, man. You can't pass into a lane with 3 defenders there just waiting to steal the ball from you. Not a good play by Ish.
Oh, my goodness.
There we go for you. Colorado back-to-back threes for both teams.
Chad Texas Jr. popped the first one, and Bohannon said, let me do the same. As Braden Smith gets the steal, and, oh, what a bucket. I'm surprised a foul was not called there.
This is what Colorado needs to get these steals and get down to the court fast, and this will get them back in the game.
That, and just make sure you're not giving up, free runs to the bucket. But even then, they got to find ways to create more turnovers.
Building on what Killian said.
Well, that counts as a turnover.
Building on what Killian said, though, do we think it was the right idea for Coach Bravo to go with an up-tempo game plan here after playing with a balanced game plan for the majority of the season?
We'll see. Again, this is early, and not to mention you're playing against a USC team, which Colorado has lost both times to. Let's remember that. So, in a way, USC has their number. But they are experimenting with this new change of scenery with the play. Oh my gosh, what a three. Oleg Zelikov.
The difference that Robert Ish makes on the court is amazing. The Colorado has just made a triumphant return.
They have. And just like 30 seconds ago, we were talking about how they were slacking. And now all of a sudden they're down by 6. And USC needs to talk things over. What a game.
Yeah, really good to see the opposing team call a timeout to try and slow down how Colorado's really keeping that tempo going. I think that's a smart move by Coach Duran, and he really wants to get this back into their play style, their tempo. And I think that's a smart move to call the timeout there with Colorado making a little bit of a run.
Absolutely. And I wonder what Coach Ronan is telling his players. I wonder what the game plan will be to try and attack this Colorado team once more. You just have to assume that Colorado, adjusted and is trying to avoid giving up so many fouls. But we'll see if that's successful. And that's a backcourt violation. Trevor Knight, his heel did a little heel tap behind the line.
And you can't have silly mistakes like that when you're trying to stop a comeback from this Colorado Buffalo squad. You just can't make little mistakes like that.
Exactly. And the inbound goes to Braden Smith. Here we go again with the movement. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Chad Texas.
That would have been a great play.
Chad Texas Jr. sent that one all the way to Europe. And the
You know what they say, everything's bigger in Texas, and Chad Texas has proved their little brothering the Colorado offending player.
Brzovic with the bucket inside the paint. It is a 4-point game.
Like I said before, the difference that Robert Ish makes on this team is amazing.
What a block. Brzovic, Colorado on the move. Braden Smith tried to feed it, and no, that's a costly turnover.
And
Emory
what
Woods.
a dunk.
Flushes it down with ease.
Man.
Emory Woods. And here we go. The Buffaloes need to make up for that mistake, and they're not going to do so. Another turnover.
What a
Terrible
save for
pass choices
USC.
the last 2 drives there by Colorado. Really going to hurt them there.
It is definitely a X-Factor kind of moment. They need to limit those turnovers. Luckily, Trevor Knight missed that elbow 3 as Amin Bohannon waits for his boys to get set. Let's see what this offensive set brings. Oh, what a pass. Threaded the needle to Oleg.
Great look. And I think Zaman Bohannon is having himself a day right now. Really finding looks for himself and his teammates. He's really a court general right now.
He absolutely is. Chad Texas Jr. trying to make some moves. Missed, but Jaron Jones is there for the putback. Great patience there by the 2-time American Player of the Year.
Yeah, and sometimes people believe that these guys at these small schools can't play in the Power 6. And that's just simply not true. We see a plethora of players, both from Coach Muhammad's USF squad and the 2 transfers on Colorado's team, making a huge impact in today's game.
Absolutely. Brzovic pops a shot after the turnover caused by Braden Smith. It is a 1-score game here in Las Vegas.
And you know these turnovers have got to be like identical with these two teams. It's been back and forth with these two teams.
Absolutely. It seems like they're matching each other in terms of momentum for momentum changes. But here we go. Emory Woods on the ball again to Trevor Knight. Shot clock is winding down. Jaron Jones jumper. Oh, what a pretty shot. He was fading back and caught nothing but net.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen worse ball control from Melvin Gordon when he played running back for the Denver Broncos. He's known for fumbling, and these teams are known for giving the ball away, just like him right now. And there's another turnover as I'm speaking of it.
Trevor Knight intercepted that pass by Braden Smith. It was telegraphed. And USC looking to do something. Emory Woods with the three. No. Lucky that he missed there, and Colorado recovers. Here comes Braden Smith to Oleg Zelikov, trying to drive in. Draws the foul, and the bucket.
And one.
And one there. It's going to draw it to a 1-point game if he can make this free throw. That's going to be a big swing for the Buffaloes.
That is a big-time conversion for Oleg Zelikov, who has 16 points. What a game he's been having.
These Buffaloes are coming alive at the right time, and they make that free throw there to draw them 1 point closer.
There we go. They're going to try and trap Emory Woods. They do, but he'll get out of it with a pass to Chad Texas. And now USC will get to set up, and that was a near turnover. Colorado almost saved it, but it'll still be Trojan ball. And USC, despite losing this lead, they have still looked tremendous when they've had their bright moments.
Oh, for sure. They've had some good runs, but the Buffaloes are slowly creeping back into this game. And I think at one point USC got up to a double-digit lead, and they're just giving it away at this point.
Well, Colorado definitely locked down. Chad Texas to Ugo. Knight. Oh, he got stripped at the last minute before he got the shot off. And Colorado can take the lead if they're careful here. Smith pops a shot, and no. A little bit too rushed. Unfortunate sequence of events there.
Yeah, I mean, these teams just can't keep a hold of the ball right now. I think I've seen better ball handling and form.
Oh, my gosh. You're coming up with the one-liners today, hey. Oh, man.
You know, Big Maze has to show up for the comedic value of the broadcast, and that's what I'm here for.
We love it, man. We absolutely love it. Trevor Knight on the ball now. The Trojans, with a little bit over 9 minutes to go, are somehow still in the lead. Jones driving in. Whoa, my goodness. What a move to the rim. Dipsy do all that funny stuff, and he gets the bucket.
Yeah, that is a great play there. Just absolutely evading the defenders and making his way to the basket. That's the type of plays that'll win this game.
And there we go. The pick and pop goes smoothly for Braden Smith and Ante Brzovic. I love this combination. When they set the pick and Brzovic drops back, he's such a lethal shooter.
Oh, yeah, you got to love the game plan from Coach Pravo. He's really I was kind of questioning it a little bit with the up-tempo game plan, but it seems to be coming into true form for the Buffaloes right now.
It is, but as we say that, Brzovic commits a foul. That is actually his third personal foul, so he's got to watch it. And Ugo, even though he's not the sharpest free throw shooter, he can still knock him down, as we've seen. So how will this go? First one will go for Ugo, who by the way models his game off of Giannis. Although sometimes I don't see it because of how long Giannis likes to take at the free throw line, but it is what it is.
Yeah, he models his game after Giannis, but he plays a bit like the Thanasis. He's not the best player on this USC squad.
Yeah, exactly. He served his role quite well. Braden Smith is trying to get out of the double. He's taking a little too long, and that's a turnover. Emory Woods gets the bucket. And
that's really a good play there by USC.
It is.
Executed perfectly.
Definitely executed perfectly. Bohannon, Robert Ish to Oleg. And try and find an open man. Bohannon, and is just absolutely declined by Trevor Knight, who is racking up the blocks like no other. And a three-pointer, and it's off. Rebounded by Robert Ish. This is the great thing about having Robert Ish back. He is a glass cleaner.
And he brings a spark to this Colorado team.
He does. Oh, what a pretty shot by Berzovic. My goodness.
Yeah, you notice the difference when he's even on the court today and not on the court. They are playing much better with Ish in this game.
And mind you, when these two teams played both times, Robert Ish didn't play in either of those games. Good shot there by Jaron Jones, but you can see Colorado is much more equipped to compete with USC with him back.
Yeah, you definitely see a big difference now today in this game than the last few times Colorado played USC. This team's really coming into form.
Big time three, Ante Berzovic.
It seems like this game is really going to go down to the last shot.
Very well could. We could see some last minute drama. They're moving around the ball. Ugo now. We'll switch it to Woods, Jaron Jones, to Chad Texas Jr. What will Colorado do here? They're going to leave him one-on-one. Chad Texas Jr. is just going to sink it. This man has mastered the fadeaway jumper.
Great take there by Chad Texas Jr. He's really having a good game today, coming in where he's needed, and he's playing a good game.
Oh, what a pass by Oleg Zelikov. Missed the first one, though, or Berzovic, but recovers nicely.
What a put back there for Zelikov, as he's just been able to get that ball up and down the court.
Yep, and that was a near turnover for USC. But Chad Texas Jr. takes it, slams it down with both hands, and tells Robert Ish on the way down, your body's mine.
Okay, pause.
No pause. He literally caught a body. Come on, guys.
He really had his balls in his face.
Oh, man. Things have got so weird. What a block, though. And, of course, USC recovers. This is what not being on commentary for months does to you. So just don't mind it. The first pitch pops a shot.
Yeah, takes you out of the game.
It's been way too long.
Oh, man. We all got to get back into form. Oh, dear. USC trying to extend their lead once more. Colorado has definitely been making things very interesting. Trevor Knight to Woods to Texas Jr. Drives in. Draws the foul on Berzovic. He's going to have to come out the game.
And with this much time left in the game, you cannot afford to lose a player like Berzovic. That's his fourth personal foul. One more, and he's out of here.
Yep. And they're also taking off Bohannon and Ish to get them some rest. But also it looks like Emory Woods is off the floor too. Josh Powers is back in the game. Shelton is as well. And that free throw bounces in. A little bit of luck there for Chad Texas Jr.
Yeah, Chad Texas Jr. is really going to have to make some big plays here while they don't have Ish and Bohannon in the game. This is where the Trojans should try and pull away.
Well, it looks like he's going to get a little bit of a rest. I'm not sure who came in for him there. I'm going to try and see who that is real quick.
Back to that double team for USC, and Colorado has not been able to get around it.
Yep, but they do this time. Three goes! Whitman Hines!
Hey.
Whitman Hines off the bench and splashing it from the left elbow.
And that's what counts, coming down to crunch time, getting those threes going and back to back.
Another. Colorado gets the three and USC responds.
Trevor Knight said tit for tat, and Oleg Zelikov said, all right, let me take a quick two here.
Yeah, this is really the pace Colorado wants to play in. They want to have a high-tempo back-and-forth game, but they got to stop USC from scoring if they're going to win this game.
Absolutely, and I'm not sure what happened there. It's some kind of foul. There are changes on the floor. If I'm correct in my thinking, it was an illegal screen. Colorado ball.
Yeah, I believe you're right there, Commissioner Zelikov. I think it was an illegal screen there, and it got Colorado able to substitute some of their better players back in.
Absolutely, and that's Walter Clayton Jr. getting the bucket there after a near turnover. And it's a one-score game once more. Emory Woods trying to work it into the paint. He'll drive it into Shelton. That shot is not his forte. Colorado can at least tie it up here. Walter Clayton. Oh, no foul there. I'm surprised. Refs held firm, did not blow the whistle. I'm not in full agreement with that no call, to be honest. Texas Junior bunny jumper does not go this time, and it'll be Colorado moving the ball up once more. Walter Clayton Jr. in possession, trying to see who he can find. He finds Braden Smith, and
draws the foul.
Did he draw the
Looks
foul?
like.
I don't think so. Because here's what happened. He looks visibly disappointed. I don't think he got the call, and that ball hit behind the back of the board. So, yeah, it counts as out of bounds.
Yep, you're correct there. I don't think he got that call. He obviously did not. USC has a chance to extend their lead.
Jaron Jones trying to work in on Robert Ish. He does. No, but he will get free throws again. And here we go.
Colorado is just getting ate up by foul trouble right now.
USC found themselves struggling, and what did they do? They went right back to what was working before. And what a performance for Jaron Jones II. 22 points and counting with under 3 minutes to go in the Pac-12 championship game here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Here we go. That's Bowen Bourne, the Northern Iowa transfer. He hasn't seen much of the floor just because Braden Smith is one of the best players, one of the best point guards in the Pac-12. But if there's anything that he can provide that Braden Smith doesn't, it's sharpshooting. And here we go. Pops a shot and right on cue.
I don't think Commissioner Zillikov is beating the rigged allegations now after calling that shot exactly.
A huge miss there for USC.
Bowen Bourne,
Colorado's now getting the ball up, but what a block.
Big time rejection. Bowen Bourne wanted a little heat check. The USC said, not a shot, buddy. Jaron Jones to Josh Powers. Ugo. Jaron Jones, that's Bryce Williams. Jumper goes. Bryce Williams off the bench. Under 2 minutes to go, fellas. Here we go.
Really getting down to the wire here, and we got to see if Colorado can get back in this game and take a lead. They've been in striking distance for quite some time, but haven't been able to capitalize.
And they still stay within striking distance. Ante Brzovic is back out there on 4 fouls. Oh, what a pass. What a pass. Jaron Jones just takes that one and flushes it down with ease. And it remains a 3-point game.
Yeah, that was a lane way too big. You could have driven a semi-truck through that thing. You cannot leave the lane to the basket that open when you're trying to win this game.
And that is a monstrous turnover at this time. They have to come up big on defense. Powers splits the gap and one.
Oh.
That is not
And
looking
that's
good.
Robert Ish's fourth foul.
Looking good for the Buffaloes right now.
Josh Powers has the opportunity to make this a 3-point play with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. This means everything, but he missed. Here come the Buffaloes.
Yeah, Colorado, they're going to have to score some points quick if they want to get in this game. They have no time to stand here and twiddle their thumbs.
Well, good jumper there by Robert Ish, but now they have to come up big on defense. And here's the thing. Knowing how things go here, as we've seen before, you want to get a stop here and get a bucket. Although that's not going to help the cause. Brzovic is out of the game.
Oh, that's
24
huge.
points off the court right there with Brzovic fouling out. That is not the guy you wanted to be committing the foul there. And Chad Texas at the line, not the guy you want to be shooting. Him and Emory Woods are lethal from the line.
Absolutely. Cashes the first one in. 50 seconds to go. Colorado wants to get this ball back because I'm sure they're going to call a timeout. No, again, knowing how things work in this world. Call a timeout here. Yep. There we go.
Yep.
We know things all too well, but they're going to talk about it. Coach Provo hopefully puts together a good play. Most important thing, you want to get points, but again, how they've been shooting from three, pop a shot from three. I think. What would you do in this situation?
I think you got to look to get the 3-pointer out of the way. That way you have the opportunity to take the lead with another 3 the next possession. Excuse me. But at this point, you just got to look for any points you can. Get the open take. You're without Brzovic, so it's going to be harder to score without your top scorer on the day. But you got to score, and you got to score fast. And then you got to look to get back on defense and get a turnover.
Yeah, it's not force a bad shot, because here's the thing, or a turnover. Turnover would be much better, because USC, they're not afraid to just waste clock. That's their MO. They are willing to do that. So Colorado's got to get down this court fast. Braden Smith. Here we go. What will Colorado do here? Too much standing around. Not much action going on. Braden Smith to Zelikov. I mean, that's a good take, but
nice shot.
It's a nice shot, but it's not the preferred one. As now,
they got to.
USC is going to slow it down, and Colorado is eventually going to start, intentionally fouling. But that is, wait, did he get that? No, he couldn't. Oh, and that's a free dunk.
Steal the game there.
Oh no! Almost. They almost had the turnover, and it turns into a Trevor Knight dunk. Oh, unlucky for the Buffaloes. And now the climb to try and get this game tied is as uphill as ever.
Not what you wanted to happen there. It looked for a second like Colorado was going to get that ball back and look to make a drive, but they can't get a hold of it, and Trevor Knight slams it down, putting down a lot of Colorado's hopes there. It's not quite over yet, but it might as well be.
Unfortunate there. Unfortunate. They had it. They had that opportunity. And then who threw it in? I think it was Whitman Hines who almost saved it, right? No, he did save it. But when he threw it in, he just couldn't get it to one of his other players. That's so unfortunate. So unfortunate.
And it just looked like Colorado was just rushing to get the ball in, and it just cost them.
They needed to, though. It bounced off, and if they let that one hit out of bounds, it would have still been USC ball. They had to. It's just unfortunate how that played out. But here's the thing. The biggest question for me is this, or to you all. Regardless of how this game ends, right? Because it looks like USC is going to win. Is Colorado still a 4-seed worthy team?
I think there's definitely an argument there. It's really just going to depend on how these other games play out.
Absolutely. Robert Ish got a bucket there, but again, it's not a 3, and they got intentionally foul. Yeah, there you go. Braden Smith, that's his first foul of the game. So if there's anyone you want intentionally fouling, it is him. But Emory Woods is at the free throw line.
Yeah, but that's not who you want at the line.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's shocking to see Emory Woods only 15 points in this game.
He started out with a really hot first half and sinks his first free throw. Really, not a good look for the Buffaloes right now.
Definitely the case. He cashes in both. 12.7 seconds left. USC forces Colorado to take another timeout. But I just don't think there's enough time left.
Yeah, me either.
Just lost with Colorado. I think they got to keep the spark going into March Madness.
I think they'll be able to.
You can't take away from what these boys have done.
No, they'll be able to, for sure. They have they've proven themselves to be the team that their record suggests them to be. They've proven it. Even with losing to USC a third time with Robert Ish in the game, you just see that it's on neutral ground. They have performed very well. It's just unfortunate how some things went for them. And look, it's just testament to how good USC is. We've heard so much about how USC is overrated, this and that. They played virtually nobody outside of Pac-12 play. Blah 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 blah. Look, they're going to be now 29-3 after this, assuming things play out the way we think they're going to play out these last 12 or so seconds. They're 29-3. What do you mean they're overrated? I don't understand it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
just think
Pac-12
they
is
have those. Sorry.
Yeah, you can go.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting to see like all the critics on USC. They were able to dominate their way through this Pac-12 tournament and through the regular season.
Absolutely. Inbounded by Colorado. Not much time left. Smith making some interesting moves. That's a miss. And that's pretty much game. I don't know why they're following at this point. USC complete the Pac-12 outright championship. And they are looking like a potential, or not a potential, but they're looking like a surefire 2 seed. If enough happens, they're going to be a 1 seed as Chad Texas misses his first free throw, but at this point, it won't make a difference.
Yeah, we're talking about a Pac. Sorry.
We losing him?
I was checking for a second. I'm like, what happened to my connection?
All right, did you guys lose me there for a second?
Yeah, we are definitely losing brother. Oh no.
Hello?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. That's better.
Yep. Okay. Am I back?
Yep, you're back.
Okay. As I was saying, we will see a outright Pac-12 champion, but our next game features 2 teams that really struggled throughout the season and the mid-season stretch, but found their form, and there will not be an outright Big 12 champion as Kansas has already lost, and they claimed the regular season championship.
Exactly. And look, even though Kansas didn't even make it to the conference championship game, I still don't think it's enough to put USC ahead of them just because of Kansas' strength of schedule. They've played a very, very tough schedule. But again, you can't overlook this USC team. I think at best, they're going to finish as the best 2 seed. But there's so much more basketball to be played. And this one is all wrapped up. USC, Pac-12 tournament champs. Welcome back to March Madness.
Yeah, and we claim another auto bid there, but USC surefire to make it regardless. But it's nice to see what the squad has done after not even making the tournament whatsoever last season.
It's definitely an amazing thing to see that these Trojans have pulled it off, beaten Colorado for the 3rd time, and they are looking like a very strong national championship contender. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We're going to be back soon with the Big 12 championship game between 7-seed Baylor and 5-seed West Virginia. I still can't believe that that's the matchup that we got at the end of that tournament. We'll see you soon.